Thanks for watching Africanews programs, but more especially this show dedicated to football news. Welcome to Football Planet. The headlines.
Les titres, c'est tout de suite.
The winner of this year's CAF Champions League will be either an Egyptian or Moroccan club. Ahly of Cairo, Wydad of Casablanca, Rades of Casablanca, Zamalek of Cairo. These are the semi-finalists of the competition. The search for a successor to two-time champions Esperance of Tunis was made possible by Zamalek despite a 1-0 defeat in Rades on Friday. Côte d'Ivoire have their new coach. Patrice Baumel has been chosen to replace Ibrahim Kamara on the Elephants bench. The former assistant to Hervé Renard is expected to sign a 1-year contract with a mandate to qualify the team for the 2021 AFCON. And then at the end of the show, we will have Grand Ndao, the former Senegalese international, who spoke on the controversial issue of age cheating in African football, a miscommunication or a misinterpretation. The former FC Sochaux and Saint-Etienne player will be on the line with us. But for now, a short break. Hello everybody. Egypt or Morocco, Cairo or Casablanca. The winner of the 2020 CAF Champions League will be determined by two North African nations. And for good reason. The semi-finals of the tournament will pit 4 clubs from 2 cities, each against the other. Ahly of Cairo will face Wydad of Casablanca, while Rades of Casablanca will face off with Zamalek of Cairo in 2 legs. Zamalek continued their sensational form by eliminating two-time champions Esperance of Tunis. Esperance managed a 1-0 victory over the Egyptian opponent in Rades, but it was not enough for them to qualify for the next stage of the competition. CAF also fined Esperance players and officials for their conduct in the first leg. This story by Jean-David Mihamle and Ignatius Anor.
The miracle did not happen for Esperance of Tunis in their quarter-final return leg of the Champions League on Friday. The defending African Champions League holders were unable to make up their 3-1 first leg deficit against Zamalek, and so they are now out of the competition. Playing at home, Esperance of Tunis nevertheless won by 1-0 against Zamalek of Cairo. It was by an early goal in the 5th minute, thanks to a raging penalty from Bilal Ben Saha. Cheered on by enthusiastic supporting spectators, the Tunisians have never managed to score the second goal, unable to open the semi-final 4. It's not for lack of trying. Hamdou El Houni missed a great chance in the 79th minute of play, but it took more than that to shake up a focused, robust and hard-working Egyptian side. Esperance won 1-0 after the break, but it was Zamalek who made it through to the semi-finals by scoring 3-2 on aggregate.
Zamalek's victory over Esperance of Tunis means a new team will be crowned champions. In the other matches, home teams failed to overturn the scorelines they suffered in the first leg, beating 2-0 in the first leg. TP Mazembe exited the competition despite a 1-0 victory over Raja Casablanca. The same scenario for Etoile Sportive du Sahel, who could only manage a 1-0 victory over Wydad Casablanca. South Africa's Mamelodi Sundowns drew 1-1 at home to Al-Ahly of Egypt after losing 2-0 in the first leg. The first leg of the semi-finals of this season CAF Champions League will be played on May 1 and May 2nd.
Les champions se joueront entre le 1er et le 2 mai prochain. Parlons de la Coupe de la CAF et le carton.
In the CAF Confederations Cup, Moroccan clubs asserted their dominance once again, with RS Berkane and Hassania Agadir eliminating Al-Masry and Al-Nasser Benghazi 3-2 and 7-0 respectively. That is the aggregate scoreline for the 2 legs. Pyramids FC, although beating 1-0 at home by Zanaco, qualified thanks to a 3-0 win in the first leg. Korea AC of Guinea rounded off the semi-final lineup with a 2-0 victory in Conakry over Nigeria's Enyimba club. Both teams drew 1-1 in the first leg. The semi-finals of the CAF Confederations Cup promises a lot of excitement as the final beckons for the 4 clubs. The semi-final pairing sees favourites RS Berkane play host to Hassania Agadir in an all-Moroccan affair, while Egyptian club Pyramids FC face off against Korea of Guinea. The semi-finals will be played on May 3rd. From club football to national football matters, specifically to Ivory Coast, the country has a new coach to qualify the Elephants for the next African Cup of Nations. Patrice Baumel has been appointed the new coach of the Ivory national team. The Frenchman succeeds Ibrahim Kamara. He returns to a team he knows very well after being assistant to Hervé Renard, with whom he won the CAN 2015, a past that played a large part in the choice of the Ivorian Football Federation, as explained by the first vice president, Sori Diabate, at the announcement of Baumel on Wednesday.
You should know that when Hervé Renard decided to leave in 2015, we asked Patrice Baumel to continue the adventure with us. In 2015, it was necessary for us to continue the work started by Hervé Renard. When assessing the current situation, we thought we need to get someone who knows the team inside out, someone who shares our vision. It's a question of rebuilding the team by integrating young players and incoming players. Under Hervé Renard, Patrice Baumel proved he has that ability. There are two extremely important matches. If we had picked a coach who doesn't know Africa, who doesn't know our situation, who doesn't know the team, they could have had a hard time adapting. There's no shortage of renowned coaches who have approached us, but we took a cautious decision based on continuity by choosing someone who's capable of leading the team all the way.
And time is running out for the new boss of the Elephants, who has to ensure his team emerges victorious in their matches against Madagascar. The Barriers lead their group by 3 points with a little less than 3 weeks to go before the first round of their double header. As I mentioned earlier in the headline about 10 days ago, Grand Ndao stirred up controversy by mentioning a fairly common practice in the world of sport, age cheating. In an interview with a Senegalese media outlet, the former Senegalese international admitted that he had lowered his age and denied the practice. This earned him a lot of criticism. So to find out a little more, he had joined us by the phone. Thanks for agreeing to this interview, Grand Ndao. So many people were shocked by what you said. Some even wondered, why now? I will ask the same question again.
I think some of what I said was misinterpreted or misconstrued. In fact, I answered a question by generalizing and giving my example. I wanted to say that we could gain more by giving the same opportunities to all young people. Opportunities that many have not had in this day and age. For a long time, we were made to believe that we had to lower our age to have a chance to move abroad. It took us many years to finally get a professional contract. I was just saying that so that we could help young people not only to have birth certificates as soon as possible, but also to allow them to play with their real age.
In your statement, you claim that 99% of African players are involved in this practice. Isn't this an exaggeration?
When I said 99%, it was just a figure of speech. If people are shocked by it, I'm really sorry, and I apologize to everyone. I was not intending to harm anyone, but one thing is clear. It was common practice in this day and age because of the difficulties in our civil status. So I just wanted to draw people's attention and tell them that there are efforts being made. And so we need to encourage them and fight against age fraud, which can be detrimental to young players who dream of playing in Europe. But the most important thing is that having a birth certificate from the onset offers the possibility for a longer career. This is a battle that we must all fight and support the work of federations on the continent. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate them on that and tell those who run our football that this is not the time to let go.
You have set up an academy in Dakar. Tell us a little about it, and I hope you insist on respecting the age of your players.
Yes, I hope so. I've been running my academy since September. I have a seasoned and experienced technical staff. The number of players is around 20 and 25. I want to give these youngsters a chance to live their dream, an opportunity to receive good training, and to put all the experience of our team to good use. Because all my life I've played football. I've always dreamed of playing football since I was a child. And that's why I just want to take the time to talk with former teammates to do concrete actions in difficult areas of the country to help young people. I take this opportunity to thank all former players who called me recently to give constructive criticism. That's very important.
Thanks very much, Gran, and good luck in the future with your academy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was Gran Indao, a former Senegalese international. And now let's talk about next summer's Olympics. It's on Tuesday that we know the team that will represent Africa at the women's tournament. The closest at the moment is Cameroon. The Lionesses move closer to booking a spot in Tokyo thanks to a narrow victory against Zambia in the first leg of the last round of the qualifying played on Thursday in Yaoundé. It was a spectacular match that ended in a 3-2 victory thanks to goals from Adja Njoya and Abudi Ngwene, who scored a brace. On the Zambian side, both goals were scored by Grace Chanda. The winner qualifies automatically for the Olympics, while the loser goes through a playoff. Kick-off at 14 hours GMT.
Coup d'envoi à 14h GMT.
On that note, we bring an end to today's program. Many thanks to the technical and production teams for their support in bringing you the show. For more information, visit www.africanews.com. Have an excellent week. Goodbye.